Hesselgesser on Purpose was brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe, farm fresh foods you love to eat. If God Could Bake, where they deliver home-baked happiness right to your door. Alston Computer Services, professional computer service at an affordable price. Bravadas Wigs and Extensions, helping to make women feel and look beautiful.
Souls be looking for a healing and he's healing them. Filling some of them with his spirit. The devil killing some of them softly cause they ain't trying to hear it. But listen, here it's the last and wicked, terrible, perilous times. The mind fights that bind are signs that we're living in the days when God said he's really getting tired of man.
My name is Robin, and this is Hesselgesser on Purpose. Welcome back to our first show of 2015. You know, nothing wreaks more havoc on a woman's self-esteem than her hair. I know I feel like if I'm having a good hair day, I can conquer the world. Well, tonight we have the owner and manager of Bravadas Wigs and Hair Pieces tonight, and I'm very excited to sit with her and a couple of clients, you know, because not only are hair pieces fun, but they really make a difference in some women's lives who are suffering from hair loss or hair thinning or have gone through cancer treatment. So when we come back, we'll introduce Tracy to the show. Welcome back to Hesselgesser on Purpose. I'm pleased to present three beautiful ladies, all representing themselves and Bravadas. This is Tracy Hobbs. You are the manager and part owner of Bravadas. Is that correct?
Yes.
So let's get some of the facts and details out of the way.
So Bravadas was started in 2001, and it was started because the owner, his mother, went through cancer. Don't quote me, I think it was lymphoma.
Okay.
Anyways, and he, in Wichita, Kansas, and he took his mom to a local wig shop or salon that sold wigs. And he wasn't, she was upset about the whole situation because she had to try on wigs in front of her ladies that she went to church with, that she had, you know, tea with, and it was very yeah, it wasn't a good situation. And so he thought, you know, someone needs to do something about this. Women need a place to go where they're comfortable, where there's privacy, where there's knowledgeable staff that can help that woman that's going through chemo or hair loss for whatever reason, can help them through that. And so he developed this concept, and Bravadas was started in 2001. And we opened, and
it doesn't seem like it's been that long.
I know.
Time flies so fast.
Yeah. So you know, it's a growing process. We've learned over the years, you know, 14 years, that there's all kinds of reasons people wear wigs. It's not just cancer treatment. It's alopecia. It's thin hair.
What is alopecia?
Alopecia is, I'll let Katie talk about it.
Okay. This is Katie.
Yeah,
Katie. I was like, thanks for bringing my fault. Hi, Katie. Let's just go right into you.
So Katie is a client of ours and has been for 12 years?
Probably about 12 years when I first moved back to Omaha from college, and again had some of the exact same experiences that Scott's mother did, and just going into a salon with being in a chair with other ladies that are getting their hair cut and colored, and I was needing actually wigs tried on my head. And so obviously at that time I wasn't that, you know, was very just open to the public, and felt I just wanted a place that had more of a closet, that I had more privacy in order to make that decision process. And so I have alopecia, which is basically hair loss for whatever reason. It's an immune deficiency that your body attacks it and thinks it's a foreign object, and so it doesn't allow you to grow hair.
Really?
And so it's a small percentage. It's just an immune deficiency that your immune system is so strong strong and powerful that it just
rejects that.
But that's just what it does. And so, you know,
How
certain
long
like
have you had that? Is that something that you're born
you know,
with,
what was really interesting is when I was probably 7 years old, my mom was doing pigtails on my hair, and she went to go part my hair and do pigtails. And right as she did that, she was like, oh, and she then like closed. I was like, yeah, Mom? And she's like, we need to book a doctor's appointment. And so I'm like, okay. She's like, look at this. And I just had a little bald spot in the back of my hair. And then from there, throughout, it just kept progressing, where then several of the bald spots that just started connecting enough that I couldn't have hair enough. I went through, sought out so many different experts in the arena, and was doing sorts of prednisone treatments and all sorts of different things just to try to grow hair. I mean, what I was subjecting my body to was crazy for hair. And so at one point I was like, all right, if this is it, we're just gonna keep wearing wigs. And Bravadas has been, honestly, I call it my little coffee shop sanctuary, because you can stop in, and I've gotten to know them because I'm repeatedly coming in and getting hair, or they're cutting it, or they're coloring it, or they're restyling it, or they wash it for me. So they're kind of a full service salon for me, that and it's a great place to go for just that they get me. It's no different than if a regular person would walk into their salon and have just a regular client that they would stop just as frequently. I stop and do the exact same thing as anybody else would to keep their hair moving forward, except for I'm buying the full hair.
Yeah. Well, you're a beautiful woman.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I can only imagine. You know, I said in my opening that, you know, a woman is really tied to her hair. I mean, it can, you know, how we feel on any given day can be very much tied to what our hair is doing. It seems to have a life of its own sometimes. So I can only imagine, you know, especially then when you were first, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what's going on and figure out what your options might be and be comfortable. And it must have been very difficult. You
know, it was. I had a great support at the time, a boyfriend, and so I think that helped that, you know, he had met me when I had hair and literally looked at me one day and was like, it doesn't matter. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? And so, I mean, obviously I was probably more self-conscious about it than others were around me. But it was a process that I had to go through. And then at the point that, in fact, probably a couple months ago, my neighbor was diagnosed with cancer, and I went over to her house to say, okay, you know, it'll be okay. And we were literally sitting around her table, her kitchen table, and then she's like, and the worst of it is I'm gonna lose my hair. And she had no idea that I wore wigs, and I'd been a neighbor for the last, you know, 7 years, and probably didn't know why if she rang the doorbell, I might take a little bit longer to get to the door, because I was trying to find my hair.
Kids, grab my hair.
So it's like, hold on, like, we don't open the door until Mom gets her hair. And so she turned back around, and I took it off, and she was like, and her mouth just dropped, and she was like, okay, hair is not a big deal. And I was like, you have to put this into perspective. Like with cancer, like it's about your life, like more so than the hair is the least of your worries. And to me, so it's just one of those things that I always say, it's more about you as a person than it is. I mean, because hair you can go purchase and you can go, you know, get what you want. In fact, just today when I was getting my new one, that there is nothing to me, then it's no different than if you would go to the salon and go get your hair done. You walk out and you're like, man, I feel so much better. Like it just, it's so much more more confident. And so with me, it's like, my new lady.
Well, I'll tell you what, if my hair does anything stupid tomorrow, I'm not going to complain about it, that's for damn sure. But let's talk about your hair. I mean, if I saw you on the street, I would not know that you were wearing a wig. So you know, from a technical perspective, what is she wearing?
So Katie wears a human hair wig. Okay. And the base on her human hair wig is kind of like a, it's not really a suction, but it's got some rubber in it that kind of adheres to your scalp, sort of. She doesn't have any hair, and so it just kind of sticks to, from the heat from her body, it just kind of adheres to her scalp. So it's not just going to like fall off. And it's a certain type of wig.
It doesn't, you know, in fact, I had more concern on a windy day when I had bald spots, because if the wind would blow, then it would part, and then that would show.
Yeah.
But with a wig, no. I'm not concerned.
No. And then we custom color it for her.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
you do?
we do the little bit dark at the base.
They darken it at
which
the
kinda
base so it
creates
looks
a
more
little
natural.
dimension.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks really, really nice.
Yeah.
And
And
so
then
because
Nanette
it's
cuts it
human,
for
because it's a human hair wig, she can color it, she can cut it and color it. And
I wash it in the shower
Yeah.
no different than
Really?
you would any other way, and your regular hair and
Yeah.
same shampoos and conditioners, and get everything that I really do to treat my hair with everything at their salon.
Yeah, so there's certain products that we recommend for the human hair wigs, which
Sure.
is different than the synthetic. So,
Okay.
so yeah.
And then Sammy, Sammy has kind of a unique story.
yes, she does. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually 16 and diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. It's called acute promyelocytic leukemia. And
It's called what?
acute promyelocytic leukemia.
Okay.
It's a big word.
APL,
Yeah, it
APL is what we call it.
Okay.
Forever, I was like, Mom, how do you spell that? And she's like, I don't know, hold on, I gotta spell it out. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I actually got my first wig from Bravadas, and it was human hair.
Really?
And
Yeah.
so
So-
So how old are you now?
I'm 22, I'll be 23 in June.
So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, my 6 years coming up January 30th. So.
Oh, that's
Yay,
wonderful.
We're gonna have a party.
Yay! Absolutely. Oh,
So,
that's
but
wonderful.
Sammy works for us now. So she's a licensed cosmetologist, and she's new to our staff. Probably, when did you start? October?
October 8th.
So yeah, she's doing a great job, and she can really relate to people that are in that situation.
I
so,
bet. I mean,
yeah.
there's nothing like sharing your own story to make somebody feel better about what they're
Right.
embarking upon.
Because a lot of times they're like, oh, it's just me, like nobody understands.
Yeah.
And
They feel
I was that
alone.
way too, though. So I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world anymore.
Absolutely.
I was pretty angry when I was going through it, and like she said, it's not about the hair. But I was 16 and a junior in high school, and I thought the world
It
was
is
ending.
about the hair.
I thought the world was ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 The day I got the hospital, I went straight to Bravadas, and
Did you? Well, it's all about, you know, as women, you know, we look to different things, you know, to make us feel the best about ourselves. I mean, that's what, you know, we all have makeup on. We all,
That's right.
Yeah.
you know, dress a certain way because we identify with, that's what makes us feel better. So, you know,
Right.
hair is a part of that. I just love what you do because I know it goes well beyond, you know, just hair.
Yeah, we always
But you
say
do
it's,
have some fun things.
Yeah, we do. We do. You know, we have a hair extensions. Nanette, one of our stylists, she's a hair extension specialist, so she does all types of hair extensions. We sell the clip-in ones. We have the tape-in ones. So it's kind of a, and that's for women who maybe want a little more hair, or maybe it's finer than they want it to be, so they can add more hair. So it's really for anybody who wants, you know, someone who has really thin hair, you'd want to do like a hair piece or a wig. But for someone who wants longer hair, or maybe they got their hair cut too short, it just adds more hair. So
What
lots
do
of
you think
options.
the biggest misconception about wearing wigs or hair
I
pieces?
think a lot of people, you know, they come in and they go, you know, I gotta have a wig. I don't want one, and I don't want it to look like a wig.
yeah, it looks wiggy, is what we always hear.
They don't all look wiggy.
Yeah,
There's some
I
out
know.
there that, but what we do is we custom cut and style that wig so that it doesn't look wiggy. I mean, there's an art to it, and we've got it figured out. So we would, you know, welcome anybody to come in and try it out, and just come in and try a wig on. I mean, and then we custom cut
And I
it
think that's
style
the
it,
difference,
so-
because I was previously in Indianapolis, and I had found a salon that they literally just sold them to you, and,
Yeah.
and that was it. And then the other flip side of that is also the internet, which people think, well, I can go just buy that and maybe get it cheaper.
Yeah.
And no, like it is like no. I mean, it's funny because like I literally probably could get a better deal online, but I choose not to because of the service and the like to have it dyed a specific way. I mean, there's times that I've come in and they will say, you know, try it around, and I might be in the store a couple of hours for me just to feel like, okay, does this feel like me? Let me take a few selfies and send it out to my friends. Be like, okay, are we good?
Yeah.
And so I think that's the full customer experience that you can get to try on everything in the store. And I think the other misconception is a lot of times that once people find out that I wear wigs, like, that must be so much fun. Like, you must change out all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, because just like you wouldn't cut your hair all the time, like you still want to look the same every day to certain people.
You have a certain personality, and your hair identifies with that. I'm a little bit disappointed in you because you didn't know. Well, because
what'd I do?
She didn't notice. So when we were in your shop and we did, some taping, and we wanted to show, you have an amazing inventory and lots of things to look at, and you have a makeup line, and but I literally found a style that I liked, and I went, I want to get my hair cut like that, and so I did.
I did notice your hair was different.
She didn't even notice.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. But that's fun. But like you said, I'm not gonna. The one time, twice I've cut my hair short, and I was in a puddle. I cried for 3 days because that was not me. I couldn't do that. I couldn't relate. So tomorrow you're probably not gonna wear what Sammy's doing.
No.
Yeah. Although,
I know, isn't it cute? Yeah.
So, that's not what she was wearing earlier today. I have to say
Sammy has really long hair, and she has hair extensions in her hair. And then she decided, I want to wear a short wig. Okay, well, wear a short wig. Yeah. So here she is with a wig on her head.
Well,
and she doesn't need to wear a wig.
Well, people like you, I just
See, it's fun now, but at the time, I would have never done that.
Right.
Yeah. Like when I had to cut my hair off, I was like,
So Tracy, we talked about, Katie got her new hair today. So how long do wigs, I'm assuming that natural or human hair lasts a bit longer.
Yes, yeah. So synthetic wigs are going to last about 3 to 6 months. And that's on day if you're wearing it every day.
Every day.
For 8 to 10 hours a day. Human hair wigs are going to last, some people, Katie gets about a year out
I get a year, and I wear mine all the time. I wear it.
Do you sleep in it?
No. I don't. Certain times I will, depending on vacations or if we're going out with somebody that our friends don't necessarily know that I'm not gonna, be that comfortable with them. That I can, but no, I don't. In fact, I sleep with the stocking head on, like stay warm at night.
Do you?
We were just talking.
It's so cold. You'll find me with the stocking
if you think about your hair, it's kind of it keeps you warm.
Yeah, it does.
And if you don't have any.
Yeah, I wore a fleece hat every day.
You got to wear something on your head. So we do have a lot of hats and stuff at the store
speaking of hats, another nice change up is that I do work out. I'm an avid workout person. And so she actually found something. I told her this. I'm like, I don't want to work out in the head. I don't want to work. I did work out one time with a bandana on my head. And someone's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I go, sorry for what? And they're like, oh, cancer survivor. And I was like, no, I don't have cancer. Like, I don't, no. And so then that was awkward because I'm like, how do I, okay, sure, thanks, God bless you. Move on. Yeah. So she actually found a custom hat that it's a baseball hat that I wear that then has hair coming out the sides of it.
So it looks like she has hair.
So it looks like I have hair, but it's just, I mean, people work out in hats, a baseball cap all the time. So I wear that to the gym.
Oh, very cool.
And it's not a big deal. So that's something a little bit different. Because I did used to work out in my hair, but it's
tough on the hair too.
It's really tough on the hair.
You got to wash it more, and you don't want to wash your human hair wig too much because then it wears it out.
Right.
So we want to. And Katie brings it in once in a while, and we do it like a deep conditioning on it, and that prolongs the life of it too.
I still have mine.
Yeah, she's still got hers after how many years? 6 years.
It'll be 6 years. March 2nd was when I got it.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is kind of the rose, like on The Bachelor. Is this for someone who's going to get this?
That'd be her, not me.
We just brought a couple things just to kind of show that you can switch out your style, like in 5 seconds. So
5
now
seconds.
you're gonna have to do this without a mirror, Sammy.
Can you show me your real hair?
After we're done, we'll take it off. So she's got a little wig cap on, and she's just gonna change her look just like that.
So that had the headband on the. Oh, I see what you
that's
did.
her head. Oops, sorry, I stuck my finger in your eye. Super cute. Look how easy that is.
Oh my gosh.
And then look at this.
Color,
it looks like the hair's growing right out of the scalp.
Oh, it really does.
It's a really nice one.
Okay, you are kind of disgusting. You look good in every style, don't you? What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
That is too cute.
So.
Truly, that's amazing because I cannot. That looks like your scalp.
It does. That's what's called a lace front, and that is the most natural looking wigs that are available. And Katie's is like that too.
I have the same.
So,
Yeah.
okay, I forgot what you said. So that is synthetic or that is
Yes,
real?
that is synthetic. These are both, all
It
three
has
of
a
these
really
are
good,
real.
synthetics,
Yeah.
you can usually tell because they have a really nice shine to them. It's perfect hair. Like most people go to the salon to get that type of like
Yeah,
shine.
the shine.
Put it in.
Everybody
I have to
wants
tell you,
shiny,
though,
healthy
I mean,
hair.
Well, sure, but yours is, I mean, I
Yeah.
would not have known side by side which was,
Yeah.
which was which. Okay, so what is
So you want to put a
that?
blonde one on?
Yep.
Okay. So we're just going to show you. You could change your look in literally 5 seconds.
Which you do have some of those clients in the store that they do, like people come in and be like, it's a girls' weekend, I'm going
yeah.
to Vegas.
Yeah.
I just want to grab one for Vegas.
Yeah.
I bet.
And-
I think there's probably other stories there, you know.
Yeah. What happens in Vegas
It stays a bit, yeah, exactly.
And look at her. She's going to be a blonde, a brunette, a
Isn't that
redhead.
amazing?
Of course, she's young, so she can do whatever.
That is amazing. Wow. So now you were I'm curious about, you know, I was reading a statistic, the amount of women who are experiencing thinning hair.
Right.
And we're
What's,
getting more and more of those.
It's like 40%
I know.
of women over 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the
Yeah, so the alternative to that is something that I wear. I wear a hairpiece. Sometimes I wear a wig too, but so I'll just take it off so you can see it. But for
The
people,
top piece.
yeah, it's just like a top piece. And they come in human hair, synthetic. We can custom make them. We can.
Wow, so it's just kind of
Yeah, it just, this
Extra
one's human hair.
thickness.
So it gives you more hair. So for those women that are really thin on the top and want some more hair, but they're not necessarily ready for a wig, we have lots of hair pieces like this that we can custom cut it. You won't even know that you have it on.
is where most, because I know a lot of it is attributed to hormonal. You know, if a woman goes through menopause or
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons for hair loss or thinning. You know, we've had several clients who have had that gastric bypass surgery, and their hair comes out.
My
And
mom-
they don't know that that's going to happen.
Yeah,
Sometimes
my
they
mom
forget.
had a beautiful head of hair, and she had that gastric bypass, and yeah, very, very thin.
Yeah.
Got to the point where she wore a wig sometimes, but just, you know, basically tried to kind of you know, tease and that
Yeah.
kind
Right.
of thing. But
Blend it in.
But yeah, there's and does most of the hair loss occur kind of up front?
It's mostly up here for
Isn't there
women
the
that are.
Italian one too, the Italian male pattern.
Yeah, like or female pattern baldness, where you know it just gets really thin here, or it may get thin through here. But something like this covers all of that. You know, I don't necessarily have thin hair, but I have fine hair, and I've never been happy with my hair. So this is perfect for me because I can put that on. I can pull my hair up, and I've got a nice ponytail. I don't have to worry about, oh, my hair's so flat. You know, it gives me the volume. Or I can put my wig on and have a really nice head of hair.
Yeah.
So,
Tracy, why do you do what you do?
because I love helping women. I just really enjoy taking someone that has lost something and giving it back to them. And I think the whole concept of Bravadas is we do change lives every day. I mean, that is what we do. You know, it's just cool to see. We get hugs from people, we get letters from people, we get flowers, we get, you know, it's just, and it's very humbling to be able to do that for people.
Yeah.
And they don't, you know, they just want help is what they want, and that's what we do. So,
You know, and they just want to feel pretty.
yeah, and we can make them pretty.
Absolutely.
And I think every woman is pretty, and there's always a nice feature about every woman. Even if they are really thin on the top, they may have beautiful blue eyes, or they may have wonderful skin. And you just work up with that as you're getting them hair. You just, you know, make them feel good. We have women that come in, they don't have any makeup on, they're just feeling yucky. I'm having a bad day, just a bad day. And then we put a little blush on them, we put hair on them, and it's like,
Transform them.
I'm a new woman.
Yeah.
I can go about my life and feel better.
Yeah.
It's always a smile that kind of gives it away too
Yeah,
on the
it's
client.
like,
Like you look in the mirror
"Oh."
and you can just see them like beaming, no
So,
matter.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you know, as a client, and then you've become an employee.
Yeah.
So that speaks volumes about why.
It's pretty amazing, and it's a lot of fun because I was there, and I mean I was angry, and but the second I had that hair on, I was ready to go and happy, and it's just crazy how a head of hair can do that for you, no matter if you're sick or just can't grow hair. I mean,
yeah, it makes you feel better. It's like getting a new dress, or you know. Maybe that's making it light, but you know, you feel good when you look in the mirror and you feel like, yeah, that's me, and that's my personality, and I feel good today.
I think that's important too. I mean, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, because yes, we have somebody like Katie who's had, you know, a medical problem and issue, and Sammy who's a cancer survivor. But you also have those normal, average women who just want better hair, or want to have fun, you know, want to wear the hairpiece, you know, that gets it back and up, or you know,
a new ponytail,
and that's okay. I mean, I think that we should all, you know, I know that sometimes people feel a little bit, you know, a little bit of angst or a little bit of embarrassment, but it's you know, whatever makes you feel better, whatever, you know, I say, you know, we should do that and go for it, and it can be an accessory like those cute little things that you have,
my little leggings.
yeah. Well, I just want to thank all of you for being
thanks
here.
for having us.
Well, thank you for being brave and sharing your stories and taking your hair off and
do it all the time in the store too. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of nice to see someone's reaction when, you know, they're like, well, you have pretty hair, and I'm like, no, not really. Take it off.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
And I think that's the biggest compliment that I think Bravadas gives to me, is when someone doesn't know, and then for whatever reason they end up finding out, or I personally tell them, and they're like, I had no idea. And I think that's truly their motto, that it can be my secret if I want it to be, and if I want to feel that person, you know, warrants that I can share with them, then I do. And then they will always say, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you being here, and I hope all of you find whatever it is that makes you more beautiful and feel better about yourself, because you know what I always say, I'm reminding you to live your life on purpose.
Souls be looking for a healing, and he's healing them. Filling some of them with his spirit. The devil killing some of them softly, cause they ain't trying to hear it. But listen, here it's the last and wicked, terrible, perilous times. The mind fights that bind are signs that we're living in the days when God said he's really getting tired of man's ways, and days are dropping off like minutes. Who repented? It's a race. Who wanna win it?
Hesselgesser on Purpose was brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe, farm fresh foods you love to eat. If God Could Bake, where they deliver home-baked happiness right to your door. Alston Computer Services, professional computer service at an affordable price. Bravadas Wigs and Extensions, helping to make women feel and look beautiful.